Did they honestly think you'd fall for their trap? Chosen ones, the lengths they've gone to sabotage you are unbelievable. But guess what? Their entire scheme just backfired, and now they're left scrambling, trying to figure out how you slipped through their fingers. They underestimated you. They thought the lies, the betrayal, and the manipulation would be enough to break your spirit. They thought they could tarnish your name, tear apart your relationships, and bring an end to all the progress you've made. They were so sure they had it all under control. What they didn't count on was the divine force working behind the scenes, turning their schemes into stepping stones for your rise. You see, chosen ones, they believed their sabotage would be the final nail in the coffin. Their tactics were cold, calculated, and designed to make you fall, to silence your light. They thought they'd cornered you, trapped you in a web of deceit that you could never escape from. But they forgot one crucial element, the spiritual law of cause and effect. The energy they put out into the universe wasn't just disappearing. It was boomeranging back toward them, faster than they ever imagined. Their sabotage was rooted in ego and fear, because deep down, they saw something in you that terrified them. They saw your potential. They saw your light shining so brightly that it exposed their own shadows. And rather than face those shadows, they chose to attack you, thinking that if they could dim your light, their darkness would go unnoticed. But that's not how the universe works. When someone tries to tear down a chosen one, they're not just fighting against you. They're fighting against the divine will. They're fighting against the very essence of the universe that has chosen you for this path. And so, the sabotage they intended for you, it's now working against them. What they meant for harm is now your stepping stone to greatness. It's the divine law in motion. What you put out is what you get back. As their betrayal unravels, they're starting to realize they've walked into a trap of their own making. The lies they spread are now exposing their true nature. The manipulation they used is crumbling under the weight of truth. And while they scramble to control the damage, you stand tall, untouched, rising above the chaos. Their downfall is inevitable because they underestimated not just you, but the power of divine protection around you. You are not here by accident. You were chosen for this moment. The universe has always had your back, and it's showing up for you now in ways that are undeniable. The more they pushed against you, the more the universe aligned itself to lift you higher. Their plans backfired because they were never meant to succeed. They were meant to reveal the truth, to show you who they really are, and to catapult you into your next level. You were born with a mission, and as much as they tried to interfere, their sabotage only made that mission clearer. You see, every obstacle they put in your way was just another stepping stone, sharpening your vision, refining your strength. They thought they were delaying your purpose, but instead they were accelerating it. Their sabotage became your awakening, your breakthrough moment when everything shifted in your favor. So, while they're left picking up the pieces of their own sabotage, you are soaring. Higher than they ever imagined, higher than they ever wanted you to go. And that's just the beginning. Their disbelief is growing, but so is your strength. Because what they didn't realize is that every attempt to bring you down only made you stronger. Chosen ones, understand this. You are divinely protected. From the very beginning, you were never alone in this battle. The forces of the universe, your angels, your guides, and divine beings have been surrounding you, shielding you from the harm others intended. They may have tried to attack you in the physical realm, but their energy never stood a chance against the spiritual armor you wear. This protection isn't something that can be broken by their petty schemes or underhanded tricks. It's woven into the very fabric of your existence. It's the reason why, despite their best efforts, you are still standing. And not just standing, but rising. What they didn't realize is that when you are chosen, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Their plans were doomed from the start. Every time they tried to throw negativity your way, it was deflected. Every time they spoke ill of you, the universe caught it, turned it around, and sent it right back to them. Their energy never even touched you, because you were wrapped in a divine shield, one that ensured their sabotage would never penetrate your spirit. The spiritual forces surrounding you are far more powerful than anything they could conjure up. Your spiritual team has been working tirelessly behind the scenes, ensuring that every move they made against you only led to their own downfall. What they set in motion against you? The universe redirected it back to them with precision and force. They are now reaping the consequences of their actions, while you continue to soar untouched. The divine has your back in ways they will never understand. It's important to remember that this protection doesn't just come from nowhere. It's tied to your purpose, your mission, and the fact that you were chosen for something greater. The universe knows what you're meant to achieve, and it will not allow anyone to derail that path. They can try, but their efforts will always be in vain. The divine protection around you is impenetrable. Their disbelief is a sign that they've underestimated not just you, but the power that surrounds you. They thought they could bring you down with lies and deceit, but they didn't account for the spiritual forces at play. Every time they tried to sabotage you, they were met with an unseen force that pushed them back. Now, they're left standing in shock, unable to comprehend how their plans fell apart so completely. What they didn't realize is that the universe operates on laws far beyond their understanding. The more they tried to curse you, the more they cursed themselves. Genesis 12:3 reminds us, "Whoever curses you, I will curse." This is the law in action. The favor that surrounds the chosen ones is not to be messed with. It's sacred, and those who try to interfere with it will always find themselves facing consequences they never expected. The universe isn't neutral when it comes to the chosen ones. It's actively working on your behalf, redirecting the negative energy they've sent out and turning it into your protection. The more they fought against you, the stronger the spiritual shield became around you. It's like the universe was taking everything they meant for harm and fortifying your path, ensuring that no matter what they did, you'd come out victorious. So as they stand in disbelief, you can stand in your power, knowing that you are protected by forces greater than anything in this physical world. Their sabotage didn't stand a chance against the divine protection around you. And now they are witnessing the fallout of their own actions, while you continue to rise higher and higher. Right now they're in shock. They can't believe it. They thought you were done for, that their sabotage would be the end of your journey. But here you are, standing taller than ever before, your light shining even brighter. Their disbelief is the clearest sign that you are on the rise, chosen ones. They thought you'd fall, but you're rising, and they can't wrap their minds around it. What's even more astonishing to them is how quickly you bounced back. They expected you to be broken, defeated, maybe even disappear, but instead you've become more powerful, more visible, more unstoppable than ever before. Their disbelief is rooted in their own failure to understand the strength that comes from being a chosen one. They thought you were just like them, easily swayed, easily torn down. But you're different. You are chosen. Their disbelief is not just confusion, it's fear. Fear because they know deep down that they underestimated you. They thought they could control your narrative, manipulate your path, but now they see that your rise was never dependent on them. You were always destined to rise no matter what they tried to do, and that realization is terrifying for them. They can't understand how after all the traps they set, you're still rising, how after all the lies, all the betrayal, you're still thriving. They thought they'd won, but now they're watching you from the sidelines, in complete disbelief, as everything they try to destroy becomes the very foundation of your success. It's a harsh reality for them to face, but one that was inevitable from the start. You see, chosen ones, their disbelief is proof of your unstoppable rise. They're confused because they never understood your strength in the first place. They never realized that your resilience was your greatest asset, that every attack they launched against you only made you stronger. They thought you'd break, but instead, you broke through. And now they're left in awe, wondering how it's even possible. Their disbelief will only grow as you continue to rise. With every new achievement, with every step forward, they'll be left scratching their heads, trying to figure out how their sabotage didn't work. But the truth is simple. Their plans were never going to work, because you were never meant to fall. You were always meant to rise, and their disbelief is the clearest sign that you're on the right path. The confusion and disbelief they feel now, is just the beginning. As you continue to rise, their shock will turn into envy, and eventually they'll have no choice but to acknowledge your greatness. They'll have to admit that their attempts to tear you down only made you stronger. Their disbelief is proof that you've not only survived, but thrived in the face of their betrayal. Remember, their disbelief isn't just about their confusion, it's about the cosmic justice that's unfolding. It's proof that the universe always has your back, that no force of darkness can outshine the light of the chosen. They're standing in shock because they've witnessed the unstoppable rise of someone they thought they could destroy. But your rise is inevitable, undeniable, and it's only just beginning. So let their disbelief fuel your rise even further. Let it be a reminder that no matter what they try, no matter how hard they push, you are destined for greatness. Their disbelief is just one more step in your journey to becoming everything you were meant to be. Chosen ones, your resilience is your superpower. It's the force that has carried you through every trial, every betrayal, every attempt to bring you down. They severely underestimated just how strong you are. They didn't realize that you've been through the fire before, and every time you come out stronger, sharper, and more unstoppable than before. Your resilience comes from within, and it's something they can't take away from you. It's not dependent on external validation or approval. It's rooted in your soul, in the knowing that you were built for this journey. Every time they tried to tear you down, they were actually giving you more fuel for your rise. Every betrayal only made you more determined. Every lie they spread only solidified your truth even more. They thought that their actions would destroy you, but instead, their actions became the very thing that propelled you forward. You turned every obstacle into an opportunity. Every time they tried to push you down, you rose higher. They underestimated your resilience because they couldn't comprehend the depth of your strength. They didn't realize that you were chosen for this, that you were destined to overcome every challenge they threw your way. The power of your resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It's about rising higher every single time. It's about turning pain into power, challenges into triumphs, and betrayal into wisdom. You've been built for this moment, and every attempt they made to sabotage you only proved that even more. Your resilience is the reason you're still standing, and it's the reason you're now rising higher than ever before. Their disbelief is rooted in their inability to understand where your strength comes from. They don't realize that your power doesn't come from external sources, it comes from within. It comes from the divine forces guiding your path, from the spiritual protection surrounding you, and from the deep knowing that you are destined for greatness. Your resilience is your superpower, and they didn't see it coming. Now, they're left watching in disbelief as you turn every obstacle into an opportunity. They thought they could break you, but instead you broke through every barrier they tried to place in your way. Your resilience has carried you through the darkest moments, and now it's pushing you toward your brightest days. They underestimated you, but the universe always knew what you were capable of. The more they tried to destroy you, the more the universe pushed you into your destiny. Every betrayal, every attempt to sabotage you only made you stronger. You are now standing in your power, and their disbelief is growing with every step you take. They thought they could control your narrative, but your resilience has rewritten the story. And what they didn't realize is that your resilience is a divine force in itself. It's not just something you were born with, it's something you've nurtured and strengthened through every battle, every setback, every moment of adversity. Their sabotage only sharpened that resilience, and now it's become the unstoppable force that is propelling you into your destiny. You've risen above every attempt to bring you down, and now they're left in shock. They didn't realize that your resilience was your greatest weapon. And now, as you continue to rise, they will have no choice but to acknowledge the power of your strength, the depth of your resilience, and the fact that you were built for this. As you rise, chosen ones, their sabotage is pulling them down. This isn't just karma, it's a divine reversal. Every action they took against you is now returning to them, multiplied. What they thought would be your downfall is now becoming the very reason for their own collapse. It's the law of the universe in motion. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Their downfall isn't just happening by chance, It's the result of the energy they put out into the universe. Every time they tried to sabotage you, they were sowing seeds of their own destruction. Now, as you rise higher and higher, their lives are beginning to unravel. The same traps they set for you are now pulling them into their own demise. This is divine justice at play. Their fall is not a coincidence, it's a direct result of their actions. The universe has a way of balancing the scales, and right now, the scales are tipping in your favor. While you rise, they are falling. While you step into your greatness, they are watching their plans crumble. It's not just karma, it's the universe showing them that what you put out comes back to you, and they're feeling the full force of that now. As you rise, chosen ones, their downfall becomes more apparent. They thought they could bring you down, but all they did was dig their own graves. Their sabotage has backfired in ways they never expected, and now they're paying the price for every action they took against you. Their lives are falling apart, and it's not a coincidence. It's the direct result of their own sabotage. This isn't just about you rising above them. It's about divine justice being served. The universe is showing them that their actions have consequences. They thought they could get away with their betrayal, but now they're realizing that the universe always keeps score. Every lie they told, every attempt to bring you down is now returning to them tenfold. Your rise isn't just a coincidence either. It's the result of divine favor, of the spiritual protection that has been surrounding you from the start. While they were plotting against you, the universe was preparing your rise, and now as they fall, you continue to rise higher and higher, unstoppable, untouchable, and undeniable. Their fall is not the end of the story, it's just the beginning. As you continue to rise, their disbelief will turn into regret. They'll realize that every attempt to sabotage you only pushed you closer to your purpose. The more they tried to destroy you, the more the universe lifted you up. And now, as they watch their lives unravel, they will have no choice but to acknowledge your greatness. This fall isn't just an accident, it's part of the divine order. The universe is actively removing those who have worked against you because they are no longer relevant to your journey. Their fall is necessary for your rise because it clears the path for you to step fully into your power without interference. The energy they once used against you is now the very force that's accelerating their own demise. This is divine power at work. What they meant to tear you down has now become the reason for your breakthrough. You are rising, chosen ones, and their fall is the evidence of the universe's justice in action. Keep rising, keep shining, because this is just the beginning of your elevation. Their sabotage just backfired, and your rise is undeniable. Stay strong, chosen ones. The best is yet to come.